Welcome back everybody, my name is Dave Hayes and this is Hayes Tech. This is the channel where we talk about pretty much anything tech, and I do mean anything. I've been wanting to do this video for quite some time now, and I thought, hey, let's just get her done now. I want to talk about GoPros, specifically used GoPros, and what they bring to the table as far as content creators. If you guys are looking for a fairly decent camera, and when I say fairly decent, I am definitely understating this, do not overlook the used GoPro market. There are plenty of cameras on the market by GoPro that are used, and we're going to talk about them in this video. Anything from the GoPro Hero 4 up to present day would be an outstanding camera to use as a YouTube video, as a content creator for anything, really, not just YouTube, but for anything. And I'm going to try to show that to you in this video. So when we come back, we're going to jump into the world of used GoPros, so don't go away. And as always, if you liked my video, don't forget to hit that like button and share my videos. It really helps me out. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you saw, think about subscribing. And if you subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell icon. That way you get a notification of my videos as soon as I release them. Alright, well, man, this has been one of the hardest videos to make, and it doesn't make any sense because it should be a very easy video to make. I've been asked by so many people, and the question that gets brought up mostly are questions on the Akaso and on the Dragon Touch cameras. Of course, I tell everybody, you know, anymore, if you're looking for a really cool brand new camera that is affordable, you know, you cannot beat any of the Akaso cameras, and the Akaso Brave 7LE is an outstanding camera, especially because it has that front-facing screen on. But what really drew me into this and what really makes this video so hard is the manufacturer that started all of this was GoPro. You know, one of the first cameras I ever purchased specifically for doing YouTube videos was a GoPro. My first one, of course, was my Panasonic GH7, and that was a great camera, 4K. It took beautiful video. It would shoot 4K 30, and the only problem about that camera that, you know, which I've mentioned several times, is the fact that the autofocus on it it wasn't there. I mean, I'm shooting on my 90D right now, and you know, Canon has it licked for autofocus. So does Sony. I think Sony's a little bit better than Canon right now, but still, Canon with its dual pixel autofocus is freaking phenomenal. Speaking of Canon cameras, when I hit 5,000 subs, I'm going to be giving away this camera right here that you're looking at me on. This is, of course, my Canon T6i, and the lens that's on it right now, which is my 18 to 55 millimeter, will be going along with it. And of course, this is the one that came off of my 90D when I first bought it. But I'm going to put that on this camera, and it's going to go with it. And the reason I'm doing that is because it's got a larger lens, and it stops down to 3.5 as opposed to only stopping down to 4.5, which came on the stock lens that came on this Canon T6i. So, but yeah, I'm going to be giving away this camera to one of you all out there as soon as I hit 5,000 subs. And guys, I can't wait to give this camera to one of you. So, back to the video. Now, I just want to say right now, I don't script, guys. You know I don't script, and I may say things twice or whatever. I'll try to get rid of all that in editing, but again, this topic, you know, I've been thinking about for so long now and trying to figure out just how I wanted to do it. And basically what I was going to do is I was going to do a video on the GoPro Hero 5 Black and the GoPro Hero 7 Black, which I currently own. And I was going to say, you know, I was going to have the title of the video like don't overlook used GoPros. You know, that's what I was going to say, something like that. And then I started doing my research on GoPro, and I mean, this video has to be a lot more than that. Now, I'll try to annotate up here somewhere where in the video, as far as time goes, you know, where the actual video quality is going to come in, because I'm going to be taking these cameras out and letting you guys see what the video quality looks like on both of them. You know, after I got to digging into this a little bit, because I do like to research before I make a video, I just found so much on these cameras, and you know, with my stroke brain, I forgot a lot of it. It just kept bringing back more and more memories and things that I really did want to bring up about GoPro cameras. GoPro was the first action camera that was big, I should say. They weren't the first action camera, but they were the first to do it right. And I would have to say, in my opinion, now I know there's a lot of people out there that would disagree with me, the first real GoPro that hit the market that was just phenomenal was the GoPro Hero 4 Black. The GoPro Hero 4 Black is basically, this is where it really gets really interesting. All of the cheap action cameras on the market today, like this Dragon Touch, copied the GoPro Hero 4 Black in form and function. Basically, any of the accessories, like the case, you know, that this fits in, all of that, the GoPro Hero 4 Black would fit right into. Now, whether or not the buttons, you know, are all in the same spot, you know, I don't know if that's completely correct, but I mean, the GoPro Hero 4 Black was so good, everybody wanted to copy it. And, you know, this is a good example of it here. My Akaso V50 Pro is a direct clone or copy of the GoPro Hero 4 Black. Basically, pretty much all of the action cameras that I've reviewed on this channel, the cheaper ones, were all copies or clones of the GoPro Hero 4 Black. Now, the newer ones, of course, like the Akaso Brave 7LE, is trying to step out of that and get into their own little niche, you know, kind of like the GoPro Hero 5 Black, where, and here we go. See, I'm jumping all over, so I should probably get back to this. But anyways, the Akaso V50 Pro went out on a limb and said, you know what, we got to do something different. So they did, and they went with a rubberized outer coating. They made it semi-waterproof. It's not waterproof, it's water resistant, so you know, it can get rained on, it can get splashed, and it'll be fine. But the first person to actually do waterproof was the GoPro, and it started with the GoPro Hero 5 Black, which is this camera right here. And when they come out with the GoPro Hero 5 Black, this was also the first year, or the first version that they came out with image stabilization. Now, before the GoPro Hero 5 Black, all of the GoPros on the market did not have image stabilization. Now, I don't know if it was image stabilization or touchscreen. You could do it with the GoPro Hero 4 Black if you downloaded something. Don't quote me on this, but I think there was something you could download. I don't know if it was from GoPro or a third party, but it would actually change this to a touchscreen and give you some touchscreen functionality in it. But in the GoPro Hero 4 Black, they actually had you know, covers for you know, where all the plugs would go into, that was water resistant, kind of like my Akaso V50 Pro here. So they were thinking about it. But then when they came out with the GoPro Hero, oh wait, before I go any further, the one thing I've got to say right now, if you guys are looking for a YouTube video camera and you do not have a lot of money, the GoPro Hero 4 Black, in my opinion, is one of the best vlogging cameras that you can get on the market to date. You do not have to buy a microphone. Yes, I said, you do not even have to buy a microphone. The audio on that camera was probably one of the best audio on any camera ever. And I'm even including professional cameras. You know, cameras like my 90D here. You know, $1,300 for this camera, and the audio sucks. You know, I have to use audio such as my MXL here, and, you know, a PreSonus audio box converter and all that crap in order to get good audio. But the GoPro Hero 4 Black, the audio coming right out of the camera without any microphones was just phenomenal. But if you wanted to add to that, all you had to do was buy a 3.5 millimeter to USB-C. I think it was USB-C or it was like a USB adapter, but it changed the like headphone adapter to a USB type. That's all you had to buy. You could get them for, you know, under $10. But when the GoPro Hero 5 came out, the GoPro Hero 5 Black, in order to run an external microphone on this camera, and believe me, you do not want to use the internal audio on this. You definitely want an external microphone. But in order to run an external microphone on this, you had to buy that big, ugly adapter that had a great big giant square box on it for, I think it's like $60, anywhere from $50 up to $60, $70. And that was the only way you could actually run a microphone on any of the cameras from GoPro Hero 5 up, okay? But the big thing that happened with the GoPro Hero 5 Black was the addition of being waterproof without having to be in, you know, a waterproof container, which made these cameras just, I mean, GoPro stood out already, and now, you know, they have this waterproofness about them where you just throw them in your pocket, pull them out, turn it on, go for a swim. As long as you did not go deeper than 33 feet, these things were waterproof. No extra nothing needed. And they still are. Now, I don't know if I would trust my Hero 5 Black to be waterproof, you know, because it is older. But when it was new, you know, it was waterproof. Now, my GoPro Hero 7 Black, I've had this underwater lots of times, and I, to this day, would not be afraid to take this camera underwater. GoPro was just the innovator. They were the ones out in front when it came to action cameras, and I have to give GoPro their dues for being the one that basically broke the bar for everything for action cameras. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I love GoPro. My favorite of all my action cameras are my GoPros. I do like the GoPro Hero 7 a little bit more than my GoPro Hero 5, but one of the reasons for that is it's really super smooth image stabilization, because on the GoPro Hero 5 Black, I do have image stabilization on it, but it was their first, rendition or first jump into image stabilization. While it looks good, it doesn't look anywhere near as good as the GoPro Hero 7 Black. Now, one thing I do want to mention though, the image stabilization on all the GoPros is not, where the lens moves around on the inside of the camera. It's actually what they call EIS, or electronic image stabilization, and that basically what that does is it crops in on your picture a little bit and allows it to move it around. And it's actually gotten to the point where at least the newer cameras like the 7, the 8, the 9, you couldn't tell that they cropped in and it was electronic. It just looks like it's on a freaking gimbal. Just real quick. Now, the GoPro Hero 4, 5, 6, and 7 all come with a 12 megapixel CMOS sensor in them. But GoPro does not publish a lot of their information. So a lot of their technical information they keep under wraps. I think it is so other people don't copy them. Now, the top features on the GoPro Hero 7, of course, is that 12 megapixel sensor in it. You can do super photos with it. It will shoot up to 4K 60, and it will shoot 1080p, 240 frames per second in 1080p. It has that hyper smooth video stabilization. It is rugged and waterproof without any cases at all. You can live stream with it. It's got time warp video, 8 times slow motion, and it does have the face smile detect sensor on it, where it will actually sense you smiling for it to take a photo of you. Now, for the GoPro Hero 5 Black, I couldn't find a lot of specs on that because GoPro doesn't list them very much anymore since they don't make that camera. but I did happen to find some of the specs on it. It does have a wide screen video capture, and the max video resolution on that is 4K 30, and you do not get any image stabilization at all in 4K. You do get image stabilization, however, in 2.7K. It is an HDMI interface in it. The image recording form is JPEG and RAW. Max video resolution is 3840 by 2160 or 4K, and the effective photo resolution is 12 megapixels. It does support widescreen video capture, and that's pretty much it. Last but not least, both of these video cameras come equipped to take micro SD card, and the way you access that is through the bottom plate right here in the bottom. There's a little button in it. You got to kind of like push and then slide it, and then it will pop open like that. See? And then both the battery and the micro SD card goes in here. Now, when you first get these cameras, they are very, very hard to open, but you've just got to push and slide. There is a little button on the bottom that's a lock. A little lock feature keeps it from opening inadvertently, and you just push the button, slide it forward, unlock it. That's the 5. That wasn't the 7. Anyways, the one nice thing about the GoPro Hero 7 and the GoPro Hero 5 and the 6 is the body style on these cameras are identical. The only thing that's different on them are the internals, meaning how they work. So the way you touch the screen and all the settings in it are different on all 3 variations. I think the GoPro Hero 6 is really close to the GoPro Hero 5, but when they went to the GoPro Hero 7, they changed dramatically and made it very simple. And from what I saw on the GoPro Hero 8 and now the GoPro Hero 9, it's just so simple to use, and I do commend GoPro for that. They've been just, you know, spearheading the touchscreens on their action cameras, and again, I have to give kudos to GoPro for that. Alright guys, I think I've kept you long enough. If I forgot anything, I'll try to put it in on the ending. So what do you say we take these cameras outside? I'm gonna hook them to the truck first, and I'm gonna run around here in 2.7K, that way, because that's where image stabilization is on both cameras. And I'm gonna do like a fast motion thing and just let you guys, I'm gonna break this video in, letting you guys see using it like a car camera, okay? But I'll do it all in fast motion so you guys don't have to, you know, listen to me talk and all that crap. Then what I want to do is put the cameras on a tripod or something, hold them in my hand, whatever, and we're gonna go ahead and walk around, and I'll use them kind of like an action camera is supposed to be used. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take these cameras outside and see what they look like. We are getting ready to go for a ride in the truck. The weather is not as nice as I would have liked it. I think it's just fog. I think the fog is going to clear up later on. But we're going to go out right now, and I'm going to let you guys see the GoPro Hero 5 Black and the GoPro Hero 7 Black used kind of like as if you were using it for a car camera, okay? I'll try to keep this as short as we can, but let's go ahead and go for a ride. And by the way, the GoPro Hero Black, it's running at 2.7K, 60 frames per second. The GoPro Hero 7 Black is running at 4K, 60 frames per second with image stabilization on as well. So let's go for a ride and see what this looks like. Okay, again, I just have to say that this is not optimal recording weather for the GoPros. Any action camera actually looks its best whenever the sun is shining. Action cameras work great whenever the sunshine is out and skies are blue. I just hope my stickers don't let loose and I end up losing some of my GoPros, or any of them. Okay, remember, GoPro Hero 5 is on the right, GoPro Hero 7 is on the left. hopefully that took. But as you guys can see, both of these cameras would work great as a driver's camera, as a driving camera. Now, I'm sure that your batteries are not going to last very long, not like the cheaper action cameras. And again, that's where those cheaper action cameras really come into play, because the batteries last longer, and if you lose one, you're not out, you know, $400. All right, well, things kind of changed. I already have this video made, and I did it yesterday, and we weren't supposed to have sun for another day. Well, guess what? The sun's out today. So I decided, believe it or not, I was getting ready to upload this video. I was just getting ready to upload it, and I saw the sun come out, and I was like, whoa, no. To do these two cameras justice, I needed to take them back outside, redo the GoPro part of this. I'm not going to redo where I drive under the bridge, but I'm going to redo this, and we're going to do it in the sunlight. So here we go. We are shooting in 4K, 60 frames per second, and the GoPro Hero 7 has image stabilization, and of course the GoPro Hero 5 does not have any image stabilization in 4K at all. So, but I can do a spin and slow this down, and you guys will be able to see what that looks like. So I'm going to get out in an area here. Every time I do this, I keep thinking I'm going to fall down. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and do a spin. All right, so hopefully you got a good view of slow motion on the GoPro Hero 5 and 7 in 4K 30. I just have to bring up again just how nice the image that you get on a GoPro camera. It's just phenomenal. There is no other action camera on the market, in my opinion, that gives you the image quality that you get out of a GoPro. There just isn't. My thigh eye came damn close. It's got a Sony sensor in it, and that Sony sensor really makes a big difference. But I just love the way GoPros look. I think GoPro, again, they're king. They started it all, and I just think they do a damn good job. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch to 2.7K. Before we go any further, I do just wanna tell you guys, I'm not going to do like I normally do with an action camera and drop through all the different frame rates and all the different view settings. We're just going to stick with wide view, and we'll go 2.7, then 1080p, then 720p, and I'm only going to do maybe slow motion like I just did there. I'm probably not going to do that in 720p. I'll do it in 1080p maybe. But let's go ahead and drop to 2.7K and let you guys see what it looks like on these GoPros. Okay, we are now shooting at 2.7K, 60 frames per second, so I should be able to slow both of these down. And it should look pretty good. I really didn't want to do a slow motion in 2.7K. I figured I'd wait until 720p, but since I really couldn't slow down the GoPro Hero 5 in 4K because it doesn't have 4K 60, it only shoots 4K 30. I'm going to go ahead and do a spin, let you guys see what it looks like in 2.7K, 60 frames per second. And did not fall down. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and switch to 1080p and let you guys see what it looks like If I had to choose one view that I think is probably the best view to shoot, you know, just the all-around view, and it's 2.7K. 4K is awesome. Don't get me wrong, guys. I love to shoot in 4K, but 2.7K gives you all of the advantages of 4K, but in smaller files, and it just looks good. So, you know, whatever I can, I usually shoot in 2.7K. So, anyways, this is what it looks like. We're going to go ahead and switch to 1080p, and we'll let you guys see what it looks like shooting in 1080p on both the GoPro Hero 5 and the GoPro Hero 7. So let's switch to that now. Okay, everybody, I'm now shooting in 1080p. I had to swap out the battery on the GoPro Hero 7 Black. I thought they were both fully charged, but I guess I wasn't looking at it right. I am now shooting in 1080p, 60 frames per second. I can shoot all the way up to 240 frames per second in 1080p. I know for a fact I can shoot in 120 frames per second, but I'm pretty sure on the Hero 7 Black, I can shoot in 240 frames. I'll have to take a look at that, but we're not going to do this video, you know, showing you guys all of that. I've done videos on these cameras showing you the super slow motion that you can get out of them. Again, in this video, I really wanted to let you all see what you can get used on the market. If you are looking to start a YouTube channel, or if you want, you know, a TikTok camera, Facebook camera, whatever. Or even if you want a camera for home. If you just want something you can throw in your pocket and then pull out whenever you want and take videos of the family or any of the outdoor activities that you guys do, you cannot beat a used GoPro. If you can afford it, a new GoPro is even better. But again, we're doing this video on used GoPros and the pros of getting a used GoPro. The big one, obviously, is cost. A new GoPro is going to run you about $400. You can pick a GoPro Hero 5 up. I just looked this morning. A GoPro Hero 5 Black for right around $99. You can get a GoPro Hero 7 Black for right around $139. So, yeah, they're used, but I do know you can get a brand new Hero 5 Black on eBay for about $150, and you can get a brand new GoPro Hero 7 Black for about $175. They are just so cost effective, and as I've said in the past, you know me, I really like to push the cheaper cameras, and I've been pushing the Akaso brand camera, and I still do, because, you know, it's almost like a crapshoot when you're buying a used camera. But if you get it from a reputable source, if there's something wrong with the camera, they'll take it back. But I still do not recommend getting, say, an Akaso or a, you know, a Thigh-Eye or any of the other action cameras I talked about. But in this day and age, if you can pick up a used GoPro, you know, I say go for it. So we are shooting 1080p, 60 frames per second. I'm going to do a quick spin and then we'll slow that down in post. So here we go. Okay, I will slow that in post and let you guys see what that looks like in 1080p. Let's go ahead and drop to 720p. I think you guys are going to be surprised at the video quality in 720p. So let's go ahead and go to that right now. Okay, we are now shooting in 720p, 60 frames per second. So if I wanted to slow this down in post, I could definitely do that. You could get slow motion video footage out of these cameras in 720p. But the reason I really did this is everybody is just yammering about, you know, 4K this, 4K that. I'm one of those people. I love 4K. I really do think that it is the image of the future that's here today. If you guys follow, you know, you watch any of my videos, you know I shoot in 4K. I just love the depth, the clarity that you get out of 4K videos. Do not overlook 720p. This is the beginning of HD videos. And I think GoPro is one of the few cameras that know how to do videos in 720p and really make them look good. I'm not going to do a spin on this because, you know, I'm just here to show you that the 720 HD footage you can get out of these two cameras is just phenomenal. So here you go. You can see what it looks like. So with that said, let's go ahead and get back to the video. And I do apologize now. This video went very, very long, but you guys know I do not do short videos. I like to be very thorough in the videos that I do. Anyways, let's. All right, I did want to just point the cameras away from me and kind of show them as like a vlogging camera. So if you were riding your bike or whatever, you know, here you go. GoPro lookalikes or any action camera, you know, as far as I'm aware of, the best time to use them is in very sunny conditions because that is where the true image in the camera just shines. No pun intended, of course. But here you guys can see, I'll probably try to speed up this little walk I do to make it kind of look like, you know, a bike ride or whatever. But I am shooting in 4K 60 on the GoPro Hero 7 Black, and I'm shooting in 2.7K 60 frames per second on the GoPro Hero 5 Black. You know, the last thing that I really want to get across to you all is for what these things cost used on the used market. You can get them on eBay, pretty much anywhere. You know, they're a steal. And when you compare the prices of one of these used to some of the other cameras that I've done, like the Akaso, the Thigh-Eye, some of the other, you know, $140 cameras, the used GoPros really start looking good. So, you know, if you're gonna spend $140 on a brand new Akaso, which, you know, I can highly recommend, or, you know, $130 on a used GoPro Hero 7 Black, especially if it's gonna come with a, you know, a 30-day or 60-day warranty, I think I'm going with the GoPro. So, all right guys, now the video's done. Let's go ahead and close this video up. Okay guys, I hope you got a little something out of that video. The one thing I did want to bring up before I let you go is the market for accessories for GoPro is freaking crazy. The one thing that I would say to you guys is if you get a GoPro, get one of these. And this is basically an aluminum housing that the GoPro fits in that allows you to attach a microphone, cables, whatever you want to attach, it will allow you to attach it. It's got 4 quarter by 20 thread holes, actually 5 because this is screwed into one. And well, here's 6, 7, so it's got 8. It's got 8 quarter by 20 holes that you can screw whatever you want to make this an all-in-one vlogging rig or camera rig, whatever. So if you have a GoPro, you need to get one of these. It's a must, okay? I definitely need to bring that up. And this thing only runs like, I think I paid, I think it was $10 or $15 on Amazon. So it's a must, get one. Alright everybody, I've definitely kept you long enough. I don't think there's much more I can say about GoPro than what I've already said. Don't forget, whenever I hit 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away my Canon T6i to one of you out there. So, you know, hey, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel and you like what you saw, think about subscribing. Don't forget to share my videos because, again, as soon as I get to 5,000 subs, I'll be giving this camera to one of you all out there. So, with that being said, guys, I really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to comment below. I do still pride myself in being able to answer almost everybody's questions or comments. So comment away. And remember, the more you comment, the more it gives YouTube's algorithms more incentive to push my videos out to others to watch them. So comment away and hit that like button. So with that being said, I just want to thank each and every one of you, and I'll see you guys on the next one.